to the MMA Wiz Kid, where a kid calls to fight before the pros do. I'm Brody.
And I'm Dad, the co-host.
Today we're recapping UFC Fight Night Paris and looking ahead at Noche UFC. UFC Fight Night Paris was fireworks from start to finish.
Oh yeah? What stood out?
Silva dominated in the main event against Caio Borralho because he really stood out to me on how he controlled Borralho and how he did not move back at all.
You're right. He had his foot going forward the whole time, and it seemed like Borralho just couldn't get off the cage.
Man, that is the worst performance I've ever seen Borralho.
Yeah, something seemed off.
Well, I think it was also because we look back at the co-main event when Mauricio Rufy got submitted by Benoit Saint Denis. Fully dominant performance from start to finish. This was not the same Mauricio Rufy we saw when he fought King Green.
Both of them looked off, but it seemed like those guys definitely had a game plan to march forward and to not get pushed against the cage, right? So, Brody, who else from this past weekend really stood out from the card?
I think Modestas Bukauskas really stood out to me because what he did to Paul Craig was nasty. I'd never seen Paul Craig go out like that.
Yeah, that was a vicious elbow that he landed with. There were how many finishes?
There was 11 finishes out of the 13 fight.
Wow, is that the most ever?
It actually is. They set a record.
Wow. Pretty impressive. Pretty fun-filled event, too. The fans in Paris were going crazy, it seemed like. So who would you say was the most dominant fighter of the night?
I'd have to 100% say that Benoit was the most dominant fighter on Saturday's card.
He made Rufy look unlike anything we had seen Rufy look so far, right?
I don't know what happened to Mauricio Rufy in that entire fight, but I mostly think that he was afraid of Benoit. Benoit said a few days before the fight that he knew what to do every second of the entire fight.
Well, and it looked like it. I mean, he was just marching forward, very methodical, and then when he started getting that pressure on Rufy, you could tell he didn't know how to unleash any strikes.
Man.
But so it's something about, what's the team name that?
The Fighting Nerds.
Oh, Fighting Nerds, so they're not,
on a roll. I mean, I think the co-main event mostly affected the main event, but Kyle didn't seem too much affected.
No.
I mean, Carlos was affected by it.
So, I mean, that was one of the first times recently where the co-main and the main event were both team versus team.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that Benoit and Imavov trained together and were on the same team. Yeah.
I mean, last year, Brazil beat France last year.
This year it was a different story. I wonder if the fans had something to do with it, because the fans really were bringing the energy.
I mean, they certainly were.
Yeah. So that was your most dominant fight. What was your favorite fight of the night?
I'd have to say Mason Jones' second round TKO over Bojan Oki.
Ooh, that was because Mason Jones looked like he was getting knocked out early in the fight, didn't he?
Yes, in the first round, he was almost knocked out. I mean, he got caught early, he was in big trouble, but then he weathered the storm and got out and made it through the first round. And then he just dominantly got Bojan Oki to the ground and finished him off.
Yeah, I mean, what did he finish him with? Was it with the elbows? It was the TKO, right?
Yeah, it was a lot of punches and a lot of elbows.
Man, yeah, what a win for him. I mean, he's had 2 big wins in a row. His last one he fought against
Jeremy Stevens at UFC Kansas.
That's right. And so I'm excited to see where he goes now. All right, so let's go ahead and pivot over to what's coming up now, because this weekend's a huge card. Where are we at this weekend? Who's fighting and what's the importance of this card?
Well, the main event is between 2 top prospects in the featherweight division. The number 3 ranked Diego Lopes trying to defend his number against the number 10 ranked John Silva.
Ooh, so that's going to be a big fight. Both of those guys like to push forward.
Yes.
John Silva, I don't think I've ever seen him lose, right?
He's never lost in the UFC.
So who has John Silva fought up to this point in the UFC?
He's beat some big names, he's beat some not so big names. He's beat big names like, to name a few, Bryce Mitchell, Drew Dober.
Oh yeah, that cut that he had with Drew Dober, that thing was vicious.
Well, that's why Herb Dean stopped it.
I mean, it went from one side of his eyelid to the other.
Yeah.
Whew. And then now you got Lopes, who was coming off of a fight against
Alexander Volkanovski. It was a good fight. It was kind of a close fight, really.
And so in that fight, it seemed like he didn't do anything but strike Volk. Do you think that he's going to be able to maintain that just striking with Silva, or is he going to have to incorporate some ground game? What do you think this strategy is going to be going into this fight?
I look back when he fought Drew Dober at UFC Denver. Drew Dober had some big moments, but John Silva had the bigger moments. I mean, he landed a few spinning back elbows and rocked Drew Dober.
Yeah, he packs a punch, and we know Drew Dober packs a punch too, so he can clearly take one as well. So it'll be an interesting fight. Who do you think is going to take that one between Silva and Lopes?
Wow, man, I mean, that's a tough fight to determine. Let's save that for the end.
Okay, so who's the co-main event for that fight?
The co-main event is Rob Font versus David Martinez. Unfortunately, Raul Rosas Jr. had to back out due to a rib injury.
Man, but hey, still a good fight. Dave Martinez and Rob Font, that should pack a lot of energy. Should be full speed ahead. I mean, both of those guys really bring a fight to the other guy.
I look back when Rob Font fought Adrian Yanez. I mean, it was a dominant war. I mean, Rob Font had a big lump on his eye.
Yeah.
I mean, it was almost thought that he was going to get knocked out, and he had never been knocked out at that point. But then, boom, boom, he knocked him down, and then he just started throwing some hammer fists, and then the ref stopped it.
And Yanez was a big up-and-comer at that moment when he fought him.
He was
And
undefeated. He was like 5-0 in the UFC at that time.
Yeah, and his striking was always really good, so that was a huge win for Rob.
Yes.
Now, who did Rob fight last time?
He fought John Bosamoto, and he won by split decision. It was a very good fight, but at the end of the day, Rob Font was the better man.
Yeah, and he beat somebody else before that,
He
right?
beat Kyler Phillips by unanimous decision.
And then who did he fight before that?
He fought Davison Figman and lost.
Okay.
And before that, he fought Corey Sandhagen and lost. And before that, he got a win over Adrian Yanez.
So that brings it all the way back to that Yanez fight. What's the guy's name he's fighting?
David Martinez.
And who is he? How long has he been in the UFC?
His last fight was against Simon Oliveira at UFC Fight Night Moreno versus Egg.
How did he do there?
He won by KO TKO.
And so who is David Martinez? He came from where before he got into the UFC?
He fought Dana White's Contender Series.
Okay, and he's only got one UFC fight.
He's 1-0 in the UFC. He's coming off a win over Simon Oliveira at UFC Fight Night versus Ursig.
Ooh, okay. And then now, what type of fighter is David Martinez?
He's a striker.
Okay. Ooh, so that means it should be a striker's delight, huh?
Yep, it's new up-and-comer versus the veteran.
Ooh, who's gonna take over this one? You got a pick on that one, or we're gonna sink
I
it in?
got a pick on this one.
Okay.
I got Rob Font for this co-main event.
Ooh, how's that gonna go down? Is it gonna be strikes? Is it gonna be a decision? What are you thinking?
I'm thinking it's going to be like Striker's Delight.
Okay.
It might go to decision, it might not go to decision.
Okay, but either way, it should be a fun fight to watch.
Yes.
Okay, cool. You heard it now. The Wiz Kid, he's on fire already today, so make sure you get your picks. So who else is on this fight card? Anybody else that we should keep an eye out for?
The fight before the co-main event is Rafa Garcia versus Jared Gordon. That's going to be a big one.
Now, what weight class is that at?
Lightweight. Jared Gordon, he's gone back from lightweight to welterweight.
Okay.
He's had some wins, he's had some losses. At the end of the day, he's a warrior.
Oh yeah, man. He's always going to bring it. He's got a dog mentality, right? Like, he
Yes.
goes forward. Is that the type of fighter you like to be? Is
Yes.
that kind of guy just going forward?
Just keep going forward. Just keep forward. Keep going forward, 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 forward.
For 15 minutes.
Yes.
You're a goofball. All right. Any other big names on this card that you're excited about?
Kelvin Gastelum is back against Dustin Stoltzfus.
That's a big fight.
I don't know if Kelvin still has it anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I said that about Paul Craig, and he just retired.
It's true. Maybe you're onto something. Maybe you have the whisper of the future retirements that we don't know are coming yet. Now, Kelvin Gastelum's fighting who?
Dustin Stoltzfus.
And now, Kevin's, what did he do in his last fight?
He's coming off a unanimous decision loss to Joe Piper, which he fought him at UFC 316.
And then Stoltzfus, I'm assuming he's coming off of a loss as well?
To Newitson Ruzabola.
Yeah, you're right. So two guys coming off a loss. Kelvin Gastelum carries a big name, so that should be intriguing. But
I mean, if Dustin Stoltzfus get a win, I mean, it could be big.
yeah, well, and it could be the last time we see Kelvin Gastelum in the UFC octagon.
I mean, Kelvin Gastelum has had some boring fights like his last fight. Boo.
But we can't forget Kelvin Gastelum when he fought Izzy Adesanya. That was a war.
Yeah.
Fair? You
yeah.
saw that one.
Yeah, but Izzy never got knocked down, and look at Kevin. Ooh.
Man, yeah, but that was a great fight, though. So now that was 4 fights. How many fights are on the main card?
There are 5.
Okay, 5. So who's the other one that we're missing?
Alexander Hernandez, not Fluffy, but Alexander the Great Ape Hernandez versus Diego Ferreira.
Ooh, that's a big fight. He just came off of a fight, right? Who did he fight last time?
He fought Chase Hooper at UFC 319. I mean, he just fought 4 weeks ago in August.
Wow. So he beat Chase Hooper. That was an early win, though, right?
It was at the last second of the round.
So he won first round. Did he take much damage or no?
No, it was just Chase Hooper trying to read him, but all the Great Ape was doing was circling because the pressure of Chase Hooper was just on him. He was just circling him around the cage.
And so was it a knockout?
Yes, in the last second of the round, boom! knocked him down, 1, 2, and then the ref stopped it, and he saw enough.
Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for fun facts with Brody. This is always a fun part because Brody's got a bunch of knowledge that he is excited to get out and share with you guys. So Brody, top 3 knockouts that you've ever seen.
I'd say the number 3 is when Derek Lewis knocked out Alexander Volkov in the 5th round.
Ooh, yes, because that was at the tail end of that fight, right?
Lewis was losing every single second of that fight.
Yep, until the very end. And then he said, night, night. All right, so that's number 3. Brody, who's number 2?
My number 2 is Ilia Topuria knocking out Charles Du Bronx Oliveira.
Ooh, big knockout, big win. His first fight at lightweight.
Over a guy who's won the championship. He's had the belt. He's defended the belt.
Now, Topuria, talk about knockouts. Who did he fight before that he knocked out?
Max Holloway, the legendary Max Holloway.
Okay, and then who was before that?
He fought Alexander Volkanovski and knocked him out.
Wow. So Topuria could probably have your top 3 if you were trying to pick the same guy for everyone. Yeah?
Yeah.
So you left number 1 off. So who's number 1?
The number 1 is when Max Holloway knocked out Justin Gaethje.
Wow.
5-round war.
This has a new meaning. A lot of people try to do it, and they won't do it. Dustin Poirier even just said, me and Max did it. He caught me one time real good, so I clinched him so I didn't have to take any more of those, right?
When he fought Dustin, he was just holding on. He was like, hey, man, don't lock me in. Don't lock me
I
out.
don't want any of that.
None of my retirement fight, man.
That's a great pick, Brody. So top 3. Brody's got a great one. Hey, put in the comments your top 3 knockouts that you've ever seen in the UFC. All right, Mr. MMA Wiz Kid, you've talked about the main card, you've talked about your fun facts, your knockouts, your favorite 3, but we haven't talked about the prelims. Who's on the prelims that you're excited to watch?
My favorite fight of the prelims is Tatiana Suarez versus Amanda Lemos.
Ooh, that's a big fight.
I'd say if one of them gets a big win, we'll potentially fight for the title again, potentially.
Okay, yeah, could.
Right now, Zhang Weili is scheduled to face Valentina Shevchenko at UFC 322, Madalena versus Makhachev.
Now that means that Zhang Weili is vacated the strawweight belt, is that correct?
Yep.
Now, who's supposed to fight for that belt?
Roba and Mackenzie Dern are scheduled to face for the vacant UFC strawweight title fight at UFC 321.
Okay, and that's the same card as Aspinall and Gunn.
Gunn.
Okay, wow. We got a lot of moving parts going on, but that fight's on the prelims too?
I don't know how it's on the prelims.
Yeah, maybe they just want us to watch sooner, right? So Tatiana Suarez and Amanda Lemos, that's your favorite pick on the prelims. All right, Brody, the wait is over. You've given all the facts about these fights. It's pick time.
Woo!
Are you ready to give them?
Hopefully.
All right.
Last time it was 30-70.
Let's go for 50-50, folks.
Or 60-40.
60-40. He says he's going to break 500, so you better tune in to the Wiz Kid. Right?
Yep.
All right, let's do rapid fire. What do you think about that? Are you ready for rapid fire?
What's rapid fire?
That means we go fast.
You could have said lightning round.
You ready? All right. First fight, Zachary Reese versus Cedric Dumas. Who you got?
I think that's going to be a war.
Yeah? Who do you got? Who are you picking?
I have to drink Dumas.
Cedric Dumas. Okay, that's going to be a good fight. I'm excited to see which way that one goes. All right, so we got Jesus Aguilar versus Luis Garula.
It's Louis!
Oh, sorry, Louis. Who you got in that one?
I'd say it's 115 pick 'em because they're both coming off losses.
Okay, but Louis, he was undefeated before his last fight.
Until he lost to Odie Osborne.
Yeah, and Odie's a pretty big name. So I think this might be a big comeback fight for him.
And Odie's coming off a loss over Steve Hurst.
So if you had to pick one guy, who would it be?
I'd say it plays out however it plays out.
All right, you heard it here, folks. He's not making a decision on that. Fair enough. Next fight, Tatiana Suarez versus Amanda Lemos.
I'm going with Tatiana Suarez.
Big
Her
fight.
ground game is better than Amanda Lemos.
But Amanda Lemos packs a big punch.
Even though Amanda Lemos is coming off a win, I still think that Tatiana Suarez is the better fighter.
Okay, well, we'll see. It looks like she's a minus 500 favorite, so
Okay,
you might be right.
Okay.
All right, next fight, Jose Daniel Medina versus Dusko Todorovic.
They're both coming off 3 straight losses. I mean, the loser of this fight could probably end up in retirement and getting kicked out of the UFC.
Ooh, so no more contracts for them, it sounds like, if they lose this one.
It's like when Kelvin Gastelum fought D-Rod Daniel Rodriguez. Dana White threatened them that the one that lost would retire. And somehow D-Rod is still here. I don't know. What happened to that contract thing?
But this one should be a good fight, though. Todorovic brings it. Both of these guys bring it. So who do you think's going to get it?
I'd say it's Dusko Todorovic.
Good pick there. Hey, if you don't know them, pick the one that's favored.
I know that the pressure is going to be on them because their contract is on the line.
And you know, when you get a big knockout, you keep your contract. And if you don't get one and you lose by knockout or something, most likely this is your last fight in the UFC.
Yeah, like when Cody Brundage knocked out that guy, and the loser of that fight was supposed to get kicked out of the UFC. Well, now we know.
That's it. That's how it works. Welcome to the fight game, right?
Welcome to the real world.
All right, let's get to the main card. We got Alexander Hernandez versus Diego Ferreira. Alexander Hernandez is a -130 favorite.
I'm going with Alexander the Great Ape Hernandez. I like Alexander the Great Ape Hernandez.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying that because I like him, but I like his style too.
Yeah, he's a fighter, man, and he brings it. He's fought some pretty big names, too, in his career at the UFC. Yeah, I mean, Alexander Hernandez has fought some big names in the UFC. Should be a big fight. Who's he fought?
He's fought, to name a few, Chepe Martiscal, Damon Jackson, Jim Miller, Donald Cerrone.
Ooh, I remember that fight. That was a while ago.
That was a while ago?
Yeah, he's been around for a little bit. So who do you got in that fight? You said Alexander Hernandez?
I like his style.
I got his name right there. How about that one?
Oh, finally. I think he was getting a little offensive.
I know. Better late than never. Sorry, Alexander. The Wiz Kid's a bigger fan of yours than I am. All right, next one. Who you got between Kelvin Gastelum and Dustin Stoltzfus?
I'd say that the winner of that fight is Kelvin Gastelum.
Okay, you heard it here, folks. Kelvin Gastelum. The Wiz Kid is picking him. All right, let's get into some. Let's get into some fun ones. We got Rafa Garcia versus Jared Gordon fighting at lightweight. You said.
Jared Gordon's fought some big names. He's had some big wins. He's had some big losses. But at the end of the day, he's a warrior.
Yeah, he's a dog. So who you got?
I got Jared Gordon.
Okay, Jared Gordon. You heard it here, folks. Rob Font versus David Martinez. Who you got?
Experience beats the unexperienced.
Okay. Yeah, Rob Font. Okay, there you go. That's a pick 'em. That's actually, he's only a -135 favorite. That should be a good fight, but Brody, the Wiz Kid, is saying...
Rob Font.
Let's go, Rob. Let's see you get it done. Pull it out for the veterans, right?
Let's see if he can be 4-2 with his son.
Yeah, there we go. And now we go to the main event, the one you didn't want to pick earlier. You got to make a pick. Who do you got between Diego Lopes and Joan Silva?
Let's see. What rhymes with Ward? Lord. John Lord Silva.
Okay, there it is. John Silva. It should be a packed house in San Antonio for a big fight card. Noche always brings it every single year, so this should be awesome.
Hopefully there's not big upsets like 306.
Who was the upset you're talking about from 306?
I was picking Sean O'Malley.
Oh, and he got beat by who?
Merab.
Oh, Merab. Merab's an animal, though. Merab's going to beat a lot of guys.
He's fighting Corey Sandhagen in UFC 320.
Okay, that should be a good fight. Who do you have in that one?
At the end of the day, I'd say it's Merab.
Gotta go with the machine.
Corey's fought for the title on short notice. He lost to TJ by split decision before that fight. He fought Peter Young fighting for the title. He lost by unanimous decision. He lost to Aljo.
And the list goes on, folks. You see it. The Wiz Kid is whizzing out. He's a bottomless pit when it comes to knowledge and food.
I don't see it.
Well, there you go. Well, that's it for this week. UFC Paris gave us a bunch of finishes, and hopefully UFC Noche delivers just the same.
Who do you have winning at UFC Noche? Drop it in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you next week on the MMA Wiz Kid. God bless.